Dire team ban.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the American Dota League. It's Season 2, Week number 5, second series of the evening here on May 6th. It's CNB Esports Club versus No Earthspirit, guys. We've got a great one for you here, a two-game series. The first game, well, it's underway. We're into the picks and bans already, and should be a good one here. Once again, thank you for joining us. My name is Maud. With me, as always, is Kyle Guy. How you doing, man?
I'm still here. I'm still kicking, ready to continue casting some sweet and sensual ADL Dota. Should be a nice matchup here as we will see the Southern American Brazil squad CNB Esports going against No Earthspirit.
Yeah, and, you know, Dan Earthspirit, they're having a bit of a rough time, man. If you look at their standings here in the ADL, they're sitting on, like, I believe it's 3 wins and about 8 or so losses. Let me confirm with that. 9 losses, actually. So, it's a fair assumption to say that they'll probably be out of the playoffs here, but they're fighting for pride. CNB, they're 2-6, so they have a bit of a chance, but only if they win out. So for CNB, I guess you could say they pretty much have to win every single game from here on. Ban Earthspirit, well, maybe just some experimentation coming through here with this draft.
Ban Earthspirit's such an interesting team. I mean, they seem to be really underperforming in these leagues. Like in ADL, they're pretty down there. Even in the Summit right now, they're like 1-4 or something like that, and they're at the bottom. So, but then we'll see them go through a long, lengthy tournament, and they make it to the semifinals of even getting into the Summit and stuff like that. So, very wishy-washy performance typically coming out from. So, we'll see if they can bounce back. Same goes for CNB, another team looking to bounce back, just coming off that loss to the Northern American Rejects. So, we'll see if they can get it back going for themselves. They're also a team that's been very off and on. So, we'll see.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see how things go for both sides here. And, yeah, I mean, if you think about it, too, if you think about it, North American, or excuse me, not North American, God, I got caught out there for a second, but CNB Esports Club, they're looking really strong here. But No Earthspirit, they weren't even invited to the qualifiers for the Summit. They actually only got there because of C9, obviously not making it. So they have a lot, they have a big role to fill, essentially, big shoes to fill, if you will. And honestly, they have a lot of individual talent. I'm surprised they're not using it to a better extent. So it's been a rough past couple of weeks, I feel like, for Ban Earthspirit. Some of these players are a bit under, I guess you probably haven't heard of many of them. If you think about it, you've heard of Goody, obviously, Relic, who's apparently not here, but I feel like their team is so much better than people give credit to them for. So I don't know, it's interesting at least.
Is this one of the teams that you've seen in your scrimming chat, looking to try to get scrims going?
I see Goody every now and then, I believe, in that chat. Maybe Relic as well. I'm not sure if Bricks or Evan. I don't know their Skype names, so I can't really tell, are they looking for scrims? But yeah, I've seen Goody. But, it's not as often, I think, and I'm not probably giving them a fair shake, but, I see, like I said, Narock pretty much every day. I see a lot of the South America teams every day. Joik, Nahydra. I'm just scrolling through right now. So I mean, I don't want to go based off of Skype chat essentially as to how much they're scrimming. I'm sure they're finding a decent amount of time. You also have to keep in mind we don't know what the real life situation for half these players are. They're not sponsored, whereas CNB are by HyperX. They're relatively unknown. And I wanted to talk about this, and I'll talk about it a bit more at the qualifiers. That they have a bit of an issue with, I guess, communication, because Goody's from Venezuela, and I've talked to people who've played with Goody before. He doesn't speak the best English in the world, so it's maybe a bit rough for Ban Earthspirit right there, but hopefully they can kind of communicate well enough to get a couple of victories here in the ADL and obviously do really well in the qualifiers.
Yeah, I like Ban Earthspirit a lot. They're a team that seems to perform so well when it really matters. When it really matters, they will step up and make it happen. We saw a great play coming out in Epic. I'm trying to think. I think it was in the Summit where they pulled off that epic courier take of the rapier, and they can make big plays happen when it really counts. And maybe we're getting to that point where they feel it might count. They've been falling off a bit. Their playoff hopes might be dwindling away, but they need to really make a stand here, especially if they're looking to make a strong contention in the TI qualifier now. They really need to step it up right now. So we'll see if they can do it here. We haven't had a chance to talk really about any of the draft here, but already a lot of fun and funky stuff coming out. I love the first 3 picks here from CNB. A lot of synergy between the 3. Obviously, the Shadow Demon Moran. There's nothing to say about that, but the Cold Feet, in addition to that, chilling touch power, and if you get a disruption out, the Golden Feet becomes pretty guaranteed guaranteed, so that is a pretty corny tri-lane if they want to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've talked so much about the Moran and the Shadow Demon that I don't think we need to go back there again. But with an AA, we've talked about that as well. Really strong stuff. Timbersaw is really good up against Centaur because of that nice stat loss coming out from the Whirling Death. It's one of the really good abilities. They just use that pure damage to cut straight down to the Centaur Warrunner as well. So it's really nice to have a Timbersaw here. And we'll see who plays it. It'll probably be Tavo in the off lane, but I've seen stranger things before. It's not like a Guanzo Timbersaw where we saw him absolutely dominate, but keep in mind also, I believe this is going to be on the USD server, so if we look at the ping right now, CNB, yeah, some of them are sitting pretty high up here at about 200 or so, which is a bit rough. No Earthspirit, they get the Templar Assassin for themselves. I don't know if Ayumi Love is Relic, I'm pretty sure he's not, so they're playing without their, I guess you could say, and argue, their best player here, so should be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really curious to see then what this standing can do to fill the shoes of the R-God, if you will. As some may say, the Arteezy Slayer, but we'll see how they do. I mean, Templar Assassin's a prime pickup they usually Relic would grab. Heavy damage to assert dominance there in the mid lane, if they so choose it. But with already an Ember on hand, I guess they could try to mix things up. We've been seeing it happen a lot. Maybe with the new patch, people are trying out some new things, but I mean, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm gonna just fall back on the idea that it's probably going to be a safe lane Ember Spirit, going to be accompanied with his protective Dazzle on hand, Centaur off lane, Templar mid, and they're going to look for their final support pick up here in their 5th pick.
Yeah, I feel like Ember Spirit safe lane's a bit better. You don't have that damage to throw out with Sleight of Fist anymore, so you kind of have to deal with it. Koka's a decent pickup against the TA, not so much. Against an Ember Spirit, if they think that's going to be mid, that's certainly fine. But I love Kunkka enough to, like, even if it's against Templar Assassin, I'll be like, yeah, that's fine. That's just, I mean, like, Boda's too good to pass up half the time.
Oh, yeah.
To synergize with that, if you get a Torrent, you can just jump right on top of somebody with, like, a Whirling Death and Chakram. It's just too much damage to deal with. Plus Soul Catcher. Soul Catcher plus a Cleave can do a lot of damage, so I feel like this is a decent draft for CNB. We'll see how they play it here. No Earthspirit. Same. I mean, I like both drafts equally, and I guess it really comes down to this last pick. They'll need another support from No Earthspirit. They've got about 46 seconds left remaining here. I'm not sure what they're going to go for. There's no Sand King. There's no Disruptor, so those two heroes that we usually see a lot of aren't going to get picked up, and I don't know. There's a lot of options here. We'll see.
Definitely someone with more extra disable to lock down the heavy mobile force coming out with Timbersaw, Marana, and what have you. And plus, you got some squishy support, so maybe someone who can scale would be nice. But I really love the synergy coming out from CNB. Kunkka and that new boat duration, that buff is just so good now, allowing just his team to just have so much durability in these fights. It's a really nice thing to have. So I'm curious to see how No Earthspirit are going to pick this final pickup here.
Yeah, they got 6 seconds, and I really like how you talked about the run because No Earthspirit are looking for long fights with the Centaur and with the Dazzle. They would love to like extend fights, but they'll pick up the Rubik for themselves here to finish things off, and that's exactly what you talked about in terms of disable. That's something that they really did need, and so they will grab it up here real quick, and we are going to jump into the game. It's the second series, first game of this series. CNB versus Baron Earthspirit right now. CNB, they pretty much have to win out. Baron Earthspirit, they're pretty much already out of it as it stands, and even if they weren't, they'd have to win out as well. So Baron Earthspirit, they're going to experiment a bit here, and for their lineup on the Radiant side, it's going to be half right Eggroll. He'll be on the Centaur Warrunner. We'll see Yumi Love on the Ember Spirit. We'll have Goody on the Rubik. Down. Why? Do you hear that?
Missing bottom.
Do you hear that? Coddle?
Missing bottom.
Nope.
Missing bottom.
Well, it looks like Coddle stepped away, but
missing bottom.
Does anyone else hear that? Hello.
I hear missing bottom over and over and over again.
Yeah, that's
missing bottom.
Is that what you're hearing?
Yeah. Okay, I think he stopped. All right. I don't know where
what was that?
That was really I'm sorry, but that was like I was about to go crazy there. I have no idea where I was in the introduction. God,
it's it. You can't. They must know that we hear that. Just please. Like, yeah. I think even the other casters are like, "What the hell is happening?"
The guys
right
from Ukraine are just like, "All right, listen, stop doing that."
Unbelievable.
Oh my God, I am gonna go crazy right now. Okay,
Valve, please fix.
Evan is gonna be on the Dazzle. We'll have Bricks on the Templar Assassin. I think I got everybody there. So, all right, my gosh.
All right, and for your Brazilian squad here, CNB, formerly known as Swaggin' Tiger, starting at your off lane, we got Tavo on your Timbersaw. Mid lane, we're going to have the Kunkka himself. It's going to be played by 4DR. Nearby, though, looking for maybe an early pickoff here, we got Ned playing your Shadow Demon as well as Baga playing your Ancient Apparition. And finally, solo in the safe lane at the moment. My lady, my love, I tip my fedora at you. My neck beard fluffs ever so erectly in your mouth. It's King RD.
I've never heard of a neckbeard fluffed erectly, but I'll get down with it. It's nice.
I don't know.
Smoke to see gank though, level 1 coming out for, well, guess what? There's a disruption. Torrent is going to be used as well. Is it going to combo up? Looks like it will. The Searing Chains will fly, but the Chug touch too much damage.
I like it.
Baga, easy, easy.
I like that. I like that. We don't see that too often. Disruption into the Torrent, very nice. Top lane though, they're looking to make something happen on Milady, but she does leap away, and very nice. But yeah, man, we don't see that too often. Now Kunkka maybe looking to make his move into the meta. If you work together with a Shadow Demon, you got some nice little synergy tactics there.
They're going to go again? They are. They're going to throw up the Torrent here. Looks like they comboed it up well, but there's not that much damage, despite the fact that Earthspirit is very squishy. And this is the combo we used to see all the time, but has since fallen out of favor because, well, Kunkka just serves himself better in that mid lane. You don't really have that combo. It's a really good strategy if you're kind of just playing around in an all-pick game or something like that. If you're with a friend and you want to duel in, it's a good strategy. It's easy to hit, not too difficult to throw up there. But while you talked about it, Kingard in that top lane, he took a lot of damage. They're wrapping on him now. They actually pulled here for Baga to help out, but it looks like they're going to dual lane mid for a bit here with Ned. He's got to leech some experience from 4DR. He doesn't seem to mind that much. 4DR usually their carry player and Kingard usually the mid, so they've swapped roles a bit. And down bottom, Tavo getting okay CS. This is a safe lane Templar Assassin, which we don't see too often, but interesting.
I kind of chuckled at the idea a bit, but you know what though? Nowadays, I guess it's not too surprising. I've been seeing a lot of Vipers, a lot of what have yous. What used to be prime mid lane tier pickups now making their move into the safe lane. So I would normally be surprised, but as of late, I guess a lot of teams are trying to experiment here, and we're having a bit of a tussle here in the jungle. I don't know if you're seeing a Dazzle and Timbersaw just punching it out, and that's a battle that Dazzle will not win, though he will survive.
Yeah, and Dazzle's just got to be careful. If he gets caught in a position, even once, Tavo can just wreck him, assuming he's got levels. He did go for 2 points to reactive armor, which is really nice, but Bricks, if he gets Meld Strike, that's not going to matter. I mean, that armor's just going to go away, and he's got to be careful, but the thing is, though, there's no real way that, I guess, Ban Earth can kill, because they're doing 2-1-2 right now. Maybe if they brought Goody down with telekinesis, they can go for a kill here, but that doesn't seem to be the case. I don't know if they had enough damage anyways with just Evan as well as Bricks, so it really comes down to how aggressively Tavo wants to play, and maybe too aggressive, and there will be a rotation and they can get a kill. But Bricks is doing just fine. He hasn't gotten a point in Meld Strike just yet, but he will. Mid lane matchup, Searing Chains do go. Now there's the Flame Guard as well. 4DR is going to back away, and Yumi cannot really convert on that kill, but the top tri-lane coming up for CNB as well. They're just sitting around 3 minutes in, and there was that early gank, but since then, nothing else has been happening.
Yeah, I mean, well, Kunkka's going to need the help if he wants to try to get anything done in the lane. I mean, just on paper, 1v1. I mean, Kunkka does have a little bit of advantage, like asserting his dominance early in the game, but his CS game actually is doubled. I was just like counting out Kunkka, but he's finding the farm he needs. But Earthspirit can still also hold his own, as long as it's 1v1. But with the supports missing, Ember's constantly playing very defensively, pulling back, doesn't want to hand anything over, and is not getting as much CS as he'd like.
No. Half fried egg roll in that top lane, spotting out net. Yeah, I think 4DR is doing a really good job. Ayumi can get back into it if he has some of these jungle camps stacked and he gets some help. He could certainly take these and then just get kind of towards, I guess, an early Battle Fury if he wants to, if that's his choice. With Sleight of Fist not being as good as it is anymore, I'm not sure what items. You could still go for the same thing, but I don't know if Battle Fury is as good, so we'll see. 4DR is going to roam back mid. He's level 5 right now, and he is doing pretty well. He's going to get Phase soon, I'd imagine. You can go Treads on this hero, but Phase is generally considered, I guess, the more standard build, at least from pub play. Tavo is going to go ahead and check this pull and just take it from essentially Goody, or excuse me, Evan, who's just like, oh, please, no, my farm. Why? Oh, mid lane.
This is all I have. I have nothing. Eat that poison touch. God damn it.
Yeah, it was
runs
just like,
away.
Got you, dude. You took my farm, going to poison touch you. Take that.
He's like, I may not be able to take down this Templar, and she may be able to get all the CS, but you, my friend, you don't get caught in the wrong side of the woods, or I will rip you apart.
You get nothing. Good day, sir, as
is
Gene
under
Wilder
attack.
once said in a very famous movie. So we're resorting to that movie quotes, I suppose. But actually, rotating through mid was Goody here, and he was looking for a telekinesis, and they almost hit the Searing Change, and that might have been the kill on 4DR, but 4DR was able to run away just in time, and He's sitting on 1,000 gold. He will go for those phase just to get some movement speed. And Ned is smoked up on the backside, looking for a potential disruption into that arrow. Will they be able to hit this? I'm not sure when they're going to go. They're waiting for the next creep wave. Ned is still waiting here. His smoke is about to run out. He's going to hide in the trees. Stay in the trees, Ned. Stay in the trees. But the creep wave has pushed up pretty much far away from this tower. So Ned, if he looks for, I guess, a potential gank, it's going to have to be after they push that in. So we'll be careful and we'll keep our eye out there. But
they're auto-attacking down the wave to try to get it down quickly, and then when the wave moves into the tower, that's when he'll make his go. And if it's not there, they need to leave. He's wasting a lot of time, but here we go. He's going to push on forward. There's the wave, though. Got to catch him out. Disruption. There's a soul catcher. Arrow will fly. Will catch. Here comes the chilling touch, but the rotations are had. They do take down the centaur. A lonely Rubik. Oh, boy. Oh, God. What have I gotten myself into? Fade Bolt in desperation, but unfortunately just hands himself over. 2-0. CNB coming right into this game early, pushing ahead. All 3 kills in their favor.
Yeah, they're playing so strong right now. Really great just combination of abilities. There's not much that you could do there. Maybe some miscommunication again from the Venezuelan Goody, and he gets caught out of position. He goes down as well. That's not something you want to have happen. If you are a Rubik, you want to get levels as quickly as possible, and dying is not going to help your cause. So a bit of a rough play there for Goody. He gets caught out of position, and, well, that means he goes down as well. It's 3-0 like you talked about. Tavo for CNB getting plenty in this offlane right now. So really ban Earthspirit in almost every lane. I'd say they're close to losing. Now there's going to be a ship coming through. Ayumi going to just jump away using that fire remnant. That boat came through a bit too late, but well, nothing you could do there. I mean, they just force him out of the lane, at least for a bit. But now no mana left for the Kunkka. It doesn't really matter, however.
You're going to need a good amount of lockdown if you want to take care of Ember. He's just still too elusive. I mean, you may have nerfed down his sleight of fist, but this guy's still got all those tools to be very elusive, very mobile. So he's almost like a puck, if you will, when you try to gank the mid lane. So you got to make sure you have all the tools you need to take him down. But
Tavo down bottom. Fade Bolt. They have telekinesis. Goody's going to use it right now. The right clicks are going to come through. There's the physical damage from that Shadow Wave. Easily done for Evan. And their first kill going. They shut down the offlaner finally, but that's already after he has Arcanes, and he bought not too long before that as well, so
Well, more space now for Bricks to work with to build up all that extra farm. Already the queen, if you will, of CS, 42 and 18. Heavy denies as well, as Timbersaw's not getting much to work with in the lane, and as they look to potentially push forward, taking all these hits immediately, maybe they'll look to push into the tier 1 tower.
Yeah, and with the Templar Assassin, they've got a lot of early game potential here with Bricks, and Tavo's going to jump right back in, but look at the damage he's taking just from the side trap. Well, obviously he's slow there, and the right click of Bricks as well, so
Denied.
Bricks will back off, like you said, Queen of CS, 47 and 20. The Princess, however, Kingard, the resplendent lady, as you so often call her, and she's doing not too poorly with 42 last hits, and I guess we expect nothing else of King RD and, well, the Mirana in general.
Yeah, I mean, Mirana definitely has her own perks way later into the game when she gets those items, but I think a Templar Assassin's one to come online a lot quicker. When she begins to become a real bitch, then you got a problem. So we'll see if that's something that's in the horizon. For now, finding plenty of farm, this Templar will be a nuisance really soon, and just has so much space to work with, even putting the traps out rather defensively to make sure no one comes and no one messes with their farm. For now, it's just lonely old Tavo trying to find his own farm. This man already arcane boots acquired. I've seen some Timbersaws from this point maybe look to build into a blink dagger. They favor that heavy mobility and just want to build on top of that all that extra burst.
Wow, Kingard actually hit an arrow without like any sort of setup here on the Centaur, and well, he did some damage to him, but he'll just salve up now, and he's also got his Tranquils as well, so no harm really done there. King RD looking to just right-click this tower, though. Moonlight Shadow as well. Templar Assassin getting a kill on top in that bottom lane as I will is too enamored by the resplendent lady in that top lane. King RD is going to make his way out of there. He'll purchase up a drum in a couple of mere moments here. And Ned's going to look for a gank here on Ayumi. He's got disruption. He's got to throw it down. Ship's going to flow. Well, is there a damage? No, he just fire remnants away again. Ayumi playing
that was
so
all
very
the
cautiously.
tools.
Arrow, ooh, just missing. Wow.
That was all the tools too. It's just no joke. I'm not kidding. This guy's hard to take down. They try to time everything out perfectly. They put the disruption down, time out with the torrent, with the boat, with the ice blast. Did not matter. Still able to quickly get out of there. The timing's just a bit off, and unfortunately, you're committing so much when it doesn't go right.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the boat is a pretty short cooldown, but it's really more so mana than anything else for this Kunkka right now, and even to a certain extent the Shadow Demon. He's got to use a bit of mana with that Disruption and Soul Catcher. So a lot of abilities being expended and nothing coming of it. Stampede at the top lane. Telekinesis just catches for King RD. He already left away. There's the Stomp and Double Edge. Easy kill coming in. Now, Arrow's not going to fly, but guess what? He's dead. Ult, it does hit, but not the impact. There's the Grave coming through. Maybe a Shadow Wave to help out. Now the Fire Remnant jumping in. Wow, Ned taking a lot of that damage. Goody with the double kill. They're turning it around. Now it's 5-3. 3 are already dead for CNB as Tavo went down somewhere else, it looks like. Down in that bottom lane, potentially. And wow, all right. Interesting.
Yep. Tavo just gets ripped apart easily from the Templar Assassin.
Oh,
dealing heavy damage with the help of that DD. Yep,
Yeah.
just ripped him apart. The man, the machine, the myth, just beaten once again in that lane. And X marks the spot right into an arrow torrent. Dazzle might be caught out and will be taken down. Very nice. King RD will pick up the last hit.
Yeah, I mean, back and forth we go. A lot of kills going for both teams here now. And Banner Earthspirit, they still have a bit of a lead by 2,000 gold and 1,000 experience, or vice versa for that matter. Brix is sitting on 2,000 gold. In his bank right now, and he, I think, might go for a blink. No, he goes straight into a Yasha instead, which is interesting because if you go for a Yasha, you generally are going to buy treads first instead of going for phase, but either way, he's going to get attack speed and move speed from that Yasha, which is really nice to have. He'll turn that into a Manta at some point, might go for a Deso a bit earlier to try to help fight and take down towers, but Brix is 71 last hits at 11 minutes in. He's doing very well, and they need to shut him down somehow.
They need to. There's just no answer at the meet. I don't think they have anything to really be able to take him down. I mean, hopefully by this point your Timbersaw is starting to begin his snowball path, but we're not seeing that whatsoever. So it's just a bit of a hard time right now. Oh, we're making a go potentially. Dazzle might be caught out. The big boat comes, but the Grave gets off. But how long will he live for? Say your prayers. You're not going to get out of this one. Heal, wand, and poison. See you later, Dazzle.
Yeah, the Shadow Poison coming out, and then the one hit from Kunkka. If the Kunkka doesn't get a hit there, he probably maybe survives, but mid lane, Telekinesis, Tavo getting chained up as well. He's got a Timber Chain away just in time. He'll survive. Ice Blast obliterating Goody as well. And they used the Stampede just to make sure that they got out in time, but they lost a couple of heroes in the past couple of seconds for Ban Earthspirit. And once again, trades happening that really don't favor Ban Earthspirit as of yet.
Nope. But they are finding a lot of love bottom lane, though, for Brix. That's the one thing they have. It could be potentially the dark horse for their team, and hopefully something that Templar can try to put the team on her back and really run around, destroy everything in her path. Get a couple of towers in the meantime. Not allow the Miranda, the Kunkka, to be able to farm up, because, I don't know, I just feel like if this game goes late, I think CNB have it.
Bottom lane. Goody, shallow grave. In some trouble right now. One more hit for 40R will do the job. He misses. He mistimed it there, but now getting away is King RD, but not for long. The Fire Remnant jumping in, and then the right click as well. Evan getting caught out. The X marks is going to fly, followed by the Torrent. Will it latch? No. Just a bit late, but it doesn't matter. They get the kill somehow. 40R chasing after, or getting chased by, I should say. Hey, Yumi, there's the Blink Stomp, the Double Edge as well, and the Sleight of Fist to get the double kill. A 2-for-2 trade that I think favors heavily Ban Earthspirit there.
And a quick shout out to Banana Stand on your item drop. Thank you for supporting the ADL. You can get that ticket $3.99 in the store. Comes with a sweet and sexy black monolith HUD.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. Go ahead and pick that up just to have the in-game camera control and, well, everything else that goes along with it. I mean, look at these charts that you can change willy-nilly just like this, and it's pretty great stuff there. The graphs as well, the item charts, everything you could possibly want, even fog. So it's great. So $3.99 in the Dota store. Go ahead and check that out.
And you're also supporting the tournament itself and all the players and everything that runs, all the great opportunity for these players to get some good old money.
Yeah, absolutely. So definitely worth a purchase. I mean, it's $4 and really not that expensive. But, well, bottom lane, not in deny range just yet, but Brix is going to go ahead and take this tower down. I got to say, he did some damage. He did a Meld Strike earlier to Shadow Demon about 2 minutes ago. And yes, the Shadow Demon's only level 6, but Brix just absolutely did so much damage to him with just one Meld Strike. It was disgusting how much work he did. So I feel like this safe lane Templar Assassin could pay dividends for Ban Earthspirit right now. It's a little too early to tell, obviously, but we'll see how things progress in the next couple of minutes. Stampede, Blink, Stomp, not on target. Arrow's going to fly through, but the Searing Chains, that'll hit up. There's going to be the Chakram, boat's going to fly. Might hit in. Oh, nice. X marks back. Half Pride's going to fall because of it. On top of that, boat and the Torrent coming through. They did steal boat, though, for the Rubik, so Goody's ready to go with that if he wants to throw it out and maybe try to fight, but not until that Centaur's back up for another 24 seconds, I'd say. Arrow flying. No such luck, though.
I think they can do this. With the help of the boat, they might be able to get this done. Now, he does pop the boat now. Won't be onto too much, but they're trying to make it go. Tries to toss him into it, actually, but that won't quite work. Eats a lot of damage. Does manage to grab the Torrent up for himself, but CNB will pull back.
Yeah, they didn't want to go any further, and without the Centaur there, without the Templar Assassin there, that's a bit too dangerous, going into 5 heroes, or at least 4. And King RD was lurking around, but decided against it. And X marks back from 40R. That was an interesting play. He just X marks himself and TP'd home, and then came back.
Yep. Well, thank you very much, 6.81. The extra duration on yourself or allies. He's making a go, actually. Oh, the jump away, though, from Ember will get him away. But yeah, with that recent buff, 2 times the duration on yourself or your allies. And so you're talking, look at this, level 3 and on, 6 seconds. That's plenty of time to get back into the base and just get what you need done.
8 seconds would be even better. So that's probably why. And Greg and I were talking about leveling it up to its 4th point. And that's, I think, the only reason why is probably just because you want to be able to, like, go home, X marks yourself. Well, X marks, then TP, go home, regen up, come back into the fight like a second or 2 later. And the duration is otherwise, I feel like, too long. Because if you're going to harass somebody, you're going to X marks, then run at somebody, then come back in. That duration of 8 seconds is like you can easily get caught out and die within 8 seconds. So I don't know. It's kind of
then you second guess on when to start it up if you want to hold back a bit before making the move in. So we'll see. There's definitely a lot of opportunities for this skill to be the big deal and for it to not work out so well, and you definitely get caught out and it doesn't work whatsoever.
Right. I mean, it could go either way, but well, they'll smoke up top right now. King RD about to get blinked on, and stomped, and double edge, and telekinesis, and poison touched, and torrented, and dead. Well,
and yep, that was just textbook classic pick-off right there, ripping apart the Mirana, and how convenient. We'll just move on and take this tier 1 tower, if possible.
Brix is ripping people apart right now. He dove a little too far as there's a TP rotation. Brix may be in trouble. He has Melt Strike. Do they have detection? They absolutely do. 2 Sentry Wards. Super Chain's going to fly right now. TP away. X Marks is going to fly. And Brix, you are not going anywhere, my friend. You are, in fact, dead. That's what they needed to do for some time now for CNB. They really needed to kill him, and they get the kill up. That is going to be the Kunkka getting it, which is even better. Top lane, they will lose that tier 1 tower, however, because of it. So, it's an okay trade.
Fate created.
Every time, man. Just like baited.
Finally, you got me. Finally. But yeah, she had been tearing face bottom lane the whole game, and then finally at that point they're like, okay, and they finally take her down. She got a little overzealous there, but they're making it go on Ember actually. Jump in, but that pesky remnant just allows him to get away. That scallywag.
If there's nothing else that Ayumi has done this game, it's been his remnants. Like you'll see so often, Ember Spirits forget to throw remnants down here just to make sure like they have something to jump back to. But he's had one every single time that he's gotten ganked. Like,
yeah,
every single time. So he's
like a regular Harry Houdini with these things.
Yeah,
look at that. Jumps right back to the lane after going to the fountain. He's like, you got X marks a spot. I have this. It's my own built-in personal skill. You know, whatever. It just does everything. No big deal.
Yeah, I mean, like, this guy's... Ayumi's feeling it right now. He's actually gotten decent farm. And sometimes we see Ember Spirits get shut down hard. That's not been the case for Ayumi. He's building towards that Battle Fury, so whatever kind of misgivings I had about Beatum, well, he might alleviate them with this build, but we'll see. They're going to trap up on 40R. They're going to chase him down. Torrent might go. There's going to be 40R popping the drum charge as well. He'll jump into the Roche Pit for whatever reason. He might try to TP away. He actually has that on cooldown, so... Ice Blast is going to fly. It'll hit on 2. Goody's not feeling it too much, but now the Searing Chain's going in. There's the Demonic Purge. The boat's going to fly. The Torrent, it might hit on 2. Only onto 1. No, he jumped away with the Fire Remnant. Big Blink Stop coming in onto 2. Double Edge looking to hit it. Boat's going to fly. It's going to be off the mark. The Moonlight Shadow, they had no detection. The Double Edge, that's why he wasn't using it. It's Disruption's going to fly. Ayumi torrented up and X marks as well. Goody getting caught out of position. The Searing Chains are going to fly. Nobody's dead yet. Now Tabo throws at the Chakram. Big Blink Stomp coming in onto the AA. Now 40R trying to man up. Big coming through with the Whirling Depth. They get 1 kill. That'll be on Evan, but 40R, he'll be the next to fall. Chakram's flying through onto a couple of heroes up on the high ground. Tabo doing work, being a nuisance. Goody's still Whirling Death, mind you. Maybe wanted Chakram instead, but it's an okay ability nonetheless. And they will back off for the time being. A 2-for-1 trade. A lot of crazy stuff happening in that fight, though.
Yeah. That was pretty girthy of a fight, not gonna lie. It's long, meaty. You know what I'm talking about?
Jesus. Absolutely.
But it's time to separate and find farm, and that's where they go. And already Tavo shuffles himself right back out to the bottom lane here, but once again he's met by his arch nemesis, that son of a bitch Bricks, in the lane since the beginning, still finding farm for himself. Just not the right window of time yet for this Templar to really run around and just rape face, but for now, it's continuing to find farm, and she's going to go right for that Desolator.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about earlier. That Desolator is so strong in this early game. Like, the amount of damage that she's doing now is pretty absurd. The amount of damage she's about to do in about, I guess, 2 minutes or so is disgusting. I don't know really what you can do to deal with it, so...
Put that together with a weave, and you got something fun. Then you throw a medallion in the mix, that's a real party.
Yeah, things get out of control. Leap away. Yumi has a haste rune. Stampede's gonna fly. 40R is here, maybe looking for a torrent. Definitely off the mark, just trying to avoid it. Evan getting a bit too close. Baga, will he go down? X-Marks is gonna fly. Yumi, he might fall for this. No, he'll fire him away. A bit too early though. Chakram flying. Nice. Shallow Grave, the haste rune still saving his life. Gets body blocked a bit. Now Bricks is gonna come in. Nice telekinesis. Spell was storing. It was X-Marks. Big stomp. Big double edge. 2 down, maybe. Maybe a third. Maybe even a 4th. Tavo about to go down. It might even be a team wipe here. Bricks is still chasing the Timber Chain, but look at that weave, or excuse me, Melt Strike damage. That is just too much to deal with. It's a whole team dead, essentially, for CNB. Ban Earth, they're turning it around. They're going to look for this Tier 1 tower as well.
Fantastic comeback coming out for them. They're getting it done, and they're going to take the Tier 1 tower. Quick shout-outs once again. Knowledge Junkie hacking the system, gets another item for himself, and also to Stolus or something, hashtag Motnips, got his item as well.
Yeah, Stupidest. That's right.
You had to it even caught your eye too.
Yeah, I saw Stupidest there. I was just like, yeah, okay, all right.
Fantastic. Love it. Love the supporters. Love it. Yeah, AKA there's like 7 people have a ticket and Knowledge has 4 of them.
American Dota, the items for the tickets always been rigged. NEL rigged. EEL, which isn't even North American Tournament, rigged. Like Canada Cup, rigged. So
if you loved rigged tickets, pick up the ADL now. Also, the NEL Season 3 has hit the store. Just shameless promo for them as well. Yep, they're back, baby.
Why have I not been told?
I don't know. It just snuck its way into the store somehow. Nothing else attached. Just a nice... They've been playing a lot of NEL games. I think it's about time they had put a ticket to it.
Yeah, I need to pick that up or get an admin ticket. I gotta talk to Mike.
Just hop in a game. You'll get it. You'll get it.
That's true.
We're casters, you know.
Well, that's the thing though. But like, if somebody that doesn't have the admin ticket like is hosting, like it'd be nice to have it because like I can count so many times when an NEL game happened in season 2, and I was just like, yeah, I'll cast, and then we're like, oh, is this ticketed? Because no one else had it. So
no one. But that's just the other thing though. Is how many people can actually admin the ticket? It's probably like Mike, and that's it. So
well, no, he could just put down a list of names. Like apparently the way they used to do it, if you remember, is like they would give you the admin ticket. Actually, and I kind of forgot this when I was just talking about it. They would give you the admin ticket, and then you'd have access to it. Now all you have to do is, if you're a tournament organizer, you just put down the name in like I guess a slot, and then you all of a sudden have access to it. So
yeah, they definitely need to hand it out to good people because they're playing a lot of NEL games. We need to get them ticketed and get them streamed too.
Yeah,
because that's like the underground fight club of Dota.
Yeah, I'll probably. I definitely will do some more NEL casting in the future, guys. I have a bit of a busy week coming up here, I guess you could say.
Well, no one doubts that. I mean, the qualifiers are coming up. Everyone's got a lot of things going on. I mean, Mont, you got that big trip to LA coming up.
God, I can't, like... I feel so ready for it, but I also don't. Like, I feel like I'm going to get there, and I'm just going to be like this total goober, like, in front of everybody, and just be like, oh, hi, Mont, big fan. Yeah, but then...
Hi, guys, I want to climb the summit.
That's exactly what I'm gonna tell them.
I'm from High Ground TV. Like I cast games.
I've talked and casted with a lot of those guys before. Like I'm staying with Basekip, who like Cameron's really cool, and obviously Andrew Ziori. I've talked with a lot, and let's see. I mean, I've cast with LD, talked with Gods and LD a bit too. I'm excited to meet Conrad finally, but like some of those other guys, I'm gonna like go up to Sinner and be like, I'm a big fan, dude. I loved you when you were on MCW, and he'll be like, dude, just back off, man. Just like stop creeping on me. Like,
whoa, dude, back off. Take off your shirt. Show me them nips, all right?
Yeah. Cinderon's been getting him. He's like, last time I was in the BTS chat, I was like for the in the summit thing, and I think you might have seen this, but like he was in the chat and he's like hashtag Montnips or something in like the Twitch chat. I'm like, oh god, Cinderon, no, what have we done? Not you too. So
just let it happen, baby.
He told me he doesn't know the story, and I'm like, I'll probably tell you.
If you get to hear it from the man himself, that's probably a good privilege. So that'd be a good welcoming. Yeah.
Have you heard the story? I think I've told you.
I think so. I've heard the murmurs.
Let me.
But who knows how much this folktale has been
while we've got a
Changed
second,
up.
and I don't mean to kind of take over the stream here, but we've got.
I was told you ripped your shirt off, got in a fight with a bear, knocked the bear off, ate him, and thus rubbed his bloody remains over your nips, and that's why you're Mott Nips now.
That's partly true.
Partly true. Okay.
I was also
it might have
raised by
been.
bear
It might have
cubs,
been elaborated a bit over time. So if you want to,
it's a myth. It's a folk tale, if you will. But I'm gonna try to find the picture here.
Apparently we got the time. I mean, it doesn't feel like we're paused, but I mean, it's a pause. So
it's a pause.
It is what it is.
I'll take a drink, by the way, everybody, for that pause. But okay, I have the picture here. So here's how things went, guys. Way back when ESL did qualifiers for raid call EMS1 in the American region, I was for whatever reason, caster at the time, and it was a big game. EG versus KP, it looks like it is what it was for the raid call EMS1 American Grand Finals, and it's a best of 3. And during the draft, I suppose, I decided to say, listen, guys, I'll make you a bet if EG picks up this hero, which I believe was Gyrocopter, then I'll take my shirt off. Or if they did pick it up or something, I made that some kind of bet. At the time, I was just like, yeah, whatever. I'll do something crazy, like take my shirt off or something. And lo and behold, they either picked or banned the hero. I can't remember which one I bet, but it happened, and I laughed about it, and I was kind of thinking about it. But then after the best of 3 ended, everyone in chat was like, listen, you got to do it, man. So here, for your pleasure, is the original screenshot. I will go
are
ahead.
you putting it up?
I'm putting it up right now, and also this is cool because no one else had this screenshot, because if you look on the side, I've got the chat here, and you'll be able to see some big names in the chat as well.
Oh wow, the celebrities came out for this event.
It was like 2 of them, but yeah, they showed up, and it's pretty funny. So, but that's not where Mott Nips came from. I was that guy that took his shirt off on stream. That was that guy for a bit.
The originator.
Yeah. And then fast forward to NEL Season 1, and this is before my good friend NY John decided to quit casting. And we, as you know, we did some of these, I guess you'd call giveaways in chat.
Mm-hmm.
And so we need the keyword for the giveaways. Like, type this keyword to be eligible in chat. And somebody in chat typed, can the keyword be Mott Nips? And I didn't see it. And NY John's just like, oh, how about Mott Nips? This guy posted it. And I'm just like, wait, what? Are you serious? He's like, yeah, dude.
So some mysterious chatter that you don't remember the name dubbed you with the name.
Yes, absolutely.
Essentially.
That's what it was, yeah. So wow. I won't keep that image up too long because I know that it'll probably...
Yes, don't scare them all away.
I don't want to scare you guys away, but that's the story. I'm glad I told it. I think I've told the story a couple times, but there it is.
Yep. And obviously, as you can tell by looking at the screen behind the Nips, you can see we are still paused. I actually haven't bothered to hit the enter button and see why we're paused for so long, but I'm assuming it's an issue, as there's been a disconnect here. Mr. King RD, the Fedora one, not hanging around too much. So we're hoping they come back, because there's a lot of Dota to be had for the rest of the day, not just for us, but also these teams, these players got other games to get to. So
yeah, that's actually a good point.
You know.
Do they have other games to get to? They do.
I mean, they did say briefly they have, like, in 30 minutes another match to get to. So we got a lot of Dota.
Well, hold
on.
of
Dota coming out.
It's in 2 hours. No, Earthspirit has the next game, so that's bullshit.
Okay, well, they're exacerbating maybe a little bit,
yeah.
But, you know, maybe it's a pause and everyone gets a little agitated.
No, Earthspirit is, they've got questionable ethics. No, I'm just kidding. They're fine. But, yeah, King RD, let's talk about him for a bit. He's been around for a while. This guy's a legend in the South American Dota scene, which, to be fair, has not really grown all that much since the inception of Dota 2, but he's one of those guys that's been around for a while, and I've talked about it before. I'd say he's one of the best players alongside Smash, who, by the way, is now teamless, and I really hope he finds his way. But yeah, they're pretty good. Mm-hmm. Apparently, he's back on TeamSpeak, so.
Mm-hmm. I am now seeing your nips on the stream because of the 2-minute delay. Mm-hmm. So fantastic, by the way. That is a true swimmer's body.
Thank you.
You know,
it's been it's a little out of shape now.
No shame, baby. No shame.
Out of shape, and I did suck in a bit. A little bit of sucking happened.
I can see that, you know, but it's okay. I wasn't gonna.
I probably didn't need to either. It wasn't even like I wasn't that pudgy at the time. Now I definitely need to suck in because I got some fat out of me. But I wish I had your metabolism, dude. For anyone that hasn't seen Cala Guy, man, something else, dude. I'll tell you what. Ladies love you, I'm sure.
One lady, she does. My own personal milady, I guess. I don't really know else to say it, but yeah, I don't know. I have a freak metabolism, but I also eat like a total idiot. I ate like chips and salsa con queso till like 3 in the morning last night. I don't know what the hell I was doing with my life.
Listen, dude, I do that like every night too, so don't worry about it. You can get away with it because of your like high metabolism. I'm just like, I'm eating and I'm like, every time I put a chip in my mouth, I'm like, no, my swimmer's body is gone. Why? Why is this happening to me? So, yeah, good stuff. Oh yeah, also I forgot that Honk drew an image of my nips, so that's floating out there as well.
Commissioned art piece?
What?
Did you commission her, or did she just out of her own personal? She just like saw it and was like, "Oh,
no.
Whoa! I got to put this on paper."
There's another story about that. Back when the NEL was around, this was actually pretty recent. I guess more recent than when like it was like season 2 of the NEL, and like Charlie decided to join me to cast, and like Honk had cast with me like once or twice, and she honestly had no idea how to cast, but she's great. So shout out to Honk.
She's great at flaming, and
yeah,
you know.
She learned from the best, being like IX Mike and whatever. But she was casting with me, and Charlie like joined me, and I think like Charlie and the rest of chat like egged her on to draw a quote unquote lewd picture of me, and she just drew it shirtless, and that was it. So she kind of wimped out there. But I mean, it's kind of weird to think about when you like. It's like you have to draw a lewd picture of somebody you vaguely know. So
some lady out there, Mott, was intensely thinking about you and imagining your body and putting it down on her canvas.
Wouldn't be the first time. Oh yeah.
So you got it.
All right, this has turned clowny real quick. I apologize, everybody, but we're still waiting here at the pause, and we'll try to keep you entertained for as long as possible. But yeah, I don't know. A lot of stuff going on right now. There's a lot of interesting, like everybody's coming out of the woodwork to talk about the TI qualifiers and what's going on. And I recently talked to the one and only Grant Granton.
Yes, I saw Grant stream recently, or cast. It was fantastic.
I love that guy, man. He was talking to me. We were talking about the qualifiers for a long time a couple days ago, just like talking about the teams that were going to do well. Because as I guess as interesting as a personality as Grant is, he's very kind, and he cares deeply about American Dota. So
oh yes,
I don't know. I
feel like NA Dota is his home, and he plays Walmart.
I'd say that's probably true.
Okay.
I was thinking about this the other night. I was thinking like at the TI4 finals, and I don't mean any disrespect by this, but because of how much Grant's around, like at the TI4 finals, when the Aegis is claimed by one person, or I guess the trophy or whatever it's called, by one team, Grant's going to walk up on stage, and Gabe Newell is going to introduce him as Ice Frog, and I'm just going to be like, yep, all right, that's good. So,
dude, that would be unreal.
I mean, like, it's just, all of it was a front for him being Ice Frog. But to be honest, though, and I'm not trying to, he's awesome. I love Grant, because he keeps it real when he casts, and he's got his stats man, which I will friend.
Keeps it more real than a lot of people like, but you know what? Sometimes that's life.
And people they feel like he flames too much, or he's a little too, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm trying to think of a word here. Aggressive, I guess, but
okay.
that might not be the word I was.
Passionate.
Yeah, passionate. That's the one. And people kind of get turned off by that. I don't know, but Grant's a good guy. I know he's a good guy. And he's got plenty of friends. He's known people for a while, in the Dota scene. So,
oh yeah.
I don't know how we ended up on this Grant tangent, but shout outs to Grant, I suppose.
Anything we can to fill the time, just because we're so patient, so kind. So props to Banner Spirit for being so patient and kind as well. But here we are, America Dota League. We're back, season number 2, and. Well, a lot of people are probably eager and curious when the playoffs begin. And according to this time chart, and Mott, you can correct me if I'm wrong, that's going to be Wednesday the 28th is going to start the American Dota League playoffs. Is that right?
Yes, that's probably right. I'd have to confirm with Sean, but I imagine that'll be it. And
the playoffs will continue on through.
I might miss a day or two of that, so I'm going to have to, and we probably should talk about this a bit later, but if you're around...
We'll figure it out. Yeah. We'll make sure that we got one of us brothers on it, and we'll get it taken care of course. But more importantly, want to make sure that we get that Dota to everyone watching. And the finals will go on through and finish up on June 1st. And then we will have an ADL champion. This is going to be like the best B-ranked team, you can say.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that EG and C9 had to withdraw. I feel like there is plenty of competition for them here, but I understand him. And talking with Charlie, the manager of both teams, I mean, they have a lot going on, and they have to scrim, they've got to prepare, and I think the biggest thing was they wanted to just face up against teams like Navi and what have you, so this wouldn't have given them an opportunity. So.
I think the game started.
Like
I thought we were playing Pause 2, and they hit a Dota at that point.
I don't know where it came from, man, but we're back in it. It looks like King RD has joined us again, and, well, the last thing that happened, I'm not even sure. Let's look at the graphs real quick. 5,000 gold lead now going the way of Earthspirit, and look at the Earthspirit going hard on Ned. He's going to go ahead and use that Disruption Soul Catcher. Now the Demonic Purge comes out, as well as the Stampede's going to make sure that Ned gets caught out. They get the kill with Half-Ride jumping in and right-clicking and double-edging there, so.
A lot of anger coming out for Earthspirit for waiting so long. It felt there's like, God damn it, we got to finally get the game underway, and they immediately rip apart the Shadow Demon. They're going to take the tower. They're tired of this. They did not want to wait any longer, and they probably knew that CNB were probably feeling pretty cold.
Absolutely. They said, listen, we had some hand warmers. We wanted to get ready to go. We're sick of this crap. We're going to play Dota now. And they did. They jumped right on top of here. They got a kill, and that leaves an opportunity for Earthspirit maybe to go for Roshan with his DD, or they go bottom and take this tier 2 tower. Getting the outer towers away in that mid and bottom lane gives you a clear path to Roche if you have the map control for it. So Earthspirit, that'll be their goal now. With a DD, a Desolator, a Yasha, almost a Manta style, a double damage rune up with the Templar Assassin. If Brick stays alive in this fight, it'll probably be the amount of damage you expect from a nuclear bomb.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Alright, and now Earthspirit has completed his first Battle Fury. He's got the gold to pick up the Perseverance if he so chooses, so that's the first step in the right direction for him. And for CNB, they're looking to acquire this tier 1 in the mid lane. Fortification will be popped, and they're actually looking to trade towers, as they will do so. Tier 2 also about to fall in the bottom lane in favor of Earthspirit.
And they're going to take this tower down. The only TP coming through is 40R. Maybe they can get somebody out of position here. Tavo getting forced away. Now, maybe in some precarious position. Disruption went through, but guess what? That doesn't matter. The stomp into double edge too much. Now, Ned, you're going to fall again in about the second time in about 2 minutes. So a bit of an unfortunate event. They get that tier 1 tower, but they stay a bit too long and die because of it.
Yep, well, this is looking very aggressive for Earthspirit, just coming out, guns a-blazing, and they are not giving CNB the time to recuperate and try to get a game plan together. Maybe try to consider getting some of the map control back, going for a Roche on their own side, but for now they got to try to make something happen. Shadowblade going to be acquired for Kunkka now, so he can try to be a little more assertive with that, but you're going against a team that has a lot of durability. You got a Dazzle who's trying to keep everyone alive, the heavy mobility coming out from the Earthspirit, and pretty much everyone else. It's going to be hard to find anyone to take down.
Yeah, this is going to be difficult. I mean, the Shadowblade gives him a bit, but not really that much. I mean, he'd prefer to maybe have his Shadowblade and Daedalus done, but that'd be very early for that in this stage of the game. 24 minutes in, Roshan, like I said, when they've got an opportunity, there's no outer towers for them to really deal with. They've got the lanes pushed in. They'll get an Aegis now up in the Templar Assassin. Brix is feeling it right now. 3,700 gold in the bank. What is he buying next? Well, I'm not quite sure. And it looks like Ayumi, that's the Battle Fury done there. Well, and actually another broadsword on top of that. He's going to be going for a second one as well. Or perhaps a Chrysalis into a Daedalus. So we'll see. Kingard, he's sitting in the trees right now. He's got a Yasha and a Maelstrom. BKB now done for the Templar Assassin. Ice Blast is going to come through, provide a bit of vision, but not enough for them to really catch out King RD. He's going to leap and TP away. He'll make it out in time. And everyone's going to pretty much, I guess, 4 or 5 man top here from Earthspirit to try to get this last tier 2 tower down.
Yep, and, bit of clowny play right there, but nothing really coming of it. And while it seems like the majority of Earthspirit are going to make the full rotation all the way to the top and look for a push, bottom lane CNB are going to finally try to pick off their tier 1. Rotation to come, though. Let's see. Ember shows up, trying to tussle a bit with the Timber Saw, and yeah, it's very clear right now to see who is the more farm. But an arrow flies in. King RD to the rescue, leaps in and bursts apart Ayumi. Very nice play and backup coming in from King RD.
That is a mega kill streak going to King RD. 710 gold. That gives him so much farm that he really desperately needed. So big pickup there, making sure Ayumi stops his own farming spree. And arrow's going to fly through Half-Ride. Oh, what a blink. Half-Ride with the nice timing there. TP's back coming through from the rest of the squad. of Banner Earthspirit. At least somebody TP'd back, I thought, or they canceled it. I'm not sure what the case was, but it looked like someone who was TPing and decided against it. Goody's going to be going for an Axe, which is a pretty good item here when you think about, I believe, let's see, what is that buff exactly? Just AA? I'm not sure. I don't think it buffs MLS. I don't think it buffs Demonic Purge, but I might be wrong about that. It does actually buff Demonic Purge. Timbersaw Chakram, I don't believe so. Moonlight Shadow, no. And Boat, absolutely not. So just 2 abilities that would get Aghanim's upgrades for the Rubik here.
Is under attack. Regeneration.
Yep, I mean, we'll see. Sorry, I'm still also puzzled and looking over that as well, but intriguing pickup nonetheless. It does add a lot of, life and a little more mana for him, so I guess it's not too terrible, but I would agree there might be better options. Just even another Force Staff would probably add a lot of versatility to his team and a lot more mobility, but I think they're feeling pretty confident here. I think they should. The Reigns, they got a hold of them. They look to tear down the tier 2 rather, and well, Templar Assassin is very, very grossly farmed, and I don't see her coming down from this high horse she's on.
Yeah, at some point she will kind of hit a ceiling, I feel like. But that point is not now and probably won't be for some time. You'd have to get very late to see Templar Assassin really fall off, especially with the start she's had. So I don't see Bricks having an issue here. They have this as Observer Ward here on the, I guess, right outside this where this tier 1 would be. But no one suspects Ned TPing there, and well, he'll get away just fine. Down bottom. Ayumi gonna get arrowed. It's gonna fly. It'll hit. Now they're gonna jump right on top of him. The Chakram, the Timber Chain, easy kill coming through. King RD and Tabo combining up for another kill yet again. Yeah,
nice little deja vu play happening out in Ember's. Got to be a little upset about that. That's 2 times completely picked off, and now the rest of the team though looking to potentially look to push down the mid lane here, and only a couple of CNB in the meantime going to hold it out, but they have really good defense with the help of Kunkka, the boat, the splash, and everything to clear the waves, but we'll see when he decides to make the go, and there it is. Torrent to fly up and not committing the boat just yet. Instead, Shadow Blades and steps away and looking to go for another big cleave instead.
Yeah, now they're going to back off right now. Ancient Apparition Ice Blast is going to fly. That'll hit up on Bricks, and well, he has Refraction. Not yet. It's on cooldown for a bit. He just used it not too long ago, but well, Shadow Wave, the Ice Blast is going to be off, and they'll look for another go here. Ayumi's still down for 16 seconds, so this is a 4 versus 5 trying to push up to the high ground. Torrent's going to fly through, it's going to miss, and 40R is going to come out, use his cleave there. Yule Scepter up into the air. That's actually used by the Timbersaw. Arrow does fly and miss. The time and close, but no cigar. Telekinesis down, and the Meld Strike. Oh, the uphill miss. How unfortunate for Bricks. That could have been a lot of damage, but Blink stopped the double edge. 40R in trouble. Will he survive? No. BKB going in. They clean up another with Bricks getting the kill on the Shadow Demon. Now the Meld Strike, the right click on King RD. He's got to back up. They already used the Moonlight Shadow. Ice Blast, that'll connect on half right. He tried to mech, but it did not work out in his favor. Gems on the ground. Now Tavo wants to run in 40R. He bought back, by the way. They will pick up the gem themselves, and that's going to be on 40R. Maybe looking to make a go. Yule Scepter again. The arrow about to fly potentially. BKB's going to go. There's the Shallow Grave a bit early. Now Ayumi looking for his Searing Chains, but he's a bit too late to the party. And the tier 3 now getting harassed down. X is going to go. That'll be up on Ayumi. Now the arrow is going to fly. It's going to hit, but 40R, the Meld Strike, the right clicks as well. He's done. No buyback. Tabo's down as well. Immediately falling. Brick still has the Aegis, mind you. They'll take the tier 3 tower. They've gotten the gem as well, I believe. Goody picked it up. The Urn Charge, he wants to keep going. Meld Strike, Ned about to fall. He willed to the creeps. Nicely done there. Now, Starstorm going, the Aegis wasted, but, well, I guess you can't say wasted after all the work it's done. There's the Searing Chains, the Sleight of Fist going through. King RD in trouble. He already moved away. Meld Strike, triple kill from Bricks. Somebody's disconnected, but it has not mattered. It was a Shadow Demon now. Everybody dead except for Tabo, who has bought back, and he'll probably go to his death here in a second. Goody, Shallow Grave still alive, getting kind of low. He stole Chilling Touch, by the way. They'll continue to make a go at the set of racks. Yule Scepter is up. Tabo getting Searing Chains to force away, staying alive. Well, BGs will not help you this time around, my friend. You, in fact, will go down potentially. No, he'll just back away, and, well, if anything does go down, it's the racks, and this game is, in fact, over.
Yeah, I was talking a small bit about it, and just clearly shows at the end of that fight, Earthspirit just had way too much durability to try to bring down. Even CNB trying to hold back and use their buybacks and everything, it just was not enough to take down Earthspirit. Just had way too much to offer, and, well, props to them. They start the series off 1-0 now, as this will be a 2-game series. I believe we're going to hop into the next one and see if CNB can pull it back.
That's a rough loss for CNB. We talked so much about how they needed to get this victory and maybe even win out. They'll be 2-7 now, and actually, I thought they were like 2-4 before, but yeah, now it's looking really rough for them. with 2-7, they probably really don't have a shot here to make the playoffs. It'd be a little early to say that, I suppose, but it's going to be very difficult. So they will look to kind of get that victory in game number 2 and maybe move forward from there. But right now, we are going to jump into a quick break, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us here on the American Dota League. It is Season 2. Go ahead and follow the American Dota League at twitch.tv/American Dota League and twitter.com/American Dota. Shout out to the sponsors, SteelSeries, who you can check out at steelseries.com. We will be out of here. We'll take a quick break and jump back into it. Stick around, guys.